So I made a video last year before the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, and I said it was one of the most underrated venues in Formula 1. While the track can produce some pretty dull affairs, like we saw at the first Formula 1 race here in 2016, like we saw in races like 2019, like we saw in races even like 2023, despite that, there have been some incredible Grand Prix here. 2017, I will heavily contest, is one of the best races in the modern era in Formula 1. 2018 very much gave it a run for its money as well. 2021 was very dramatic, and even last year's race in 2024, I thought that was a fine contest, to be honest. There was drama throughout, and that is all because Azerbaijan very much is a unique circuit in Formula 1. Being a street track in F1 these days is very much the in thing. Most of the new circuits coming onto the calendar these days are street circuits, or are very much street inspired circuits. We've got the Mad Ring coming next year for the Spanish Grand Prix. Miami joined a couple years ago. Singapore is still on the calendar. Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, that is a street track as well. It's a very unique one on the calendar, and there's a very good article here on the F1Chronicle.com written by my man Jack Wren about why this is such a unique track in Formula 1. So let's dive into some of the stats and the reasons as to why Azerbaijan is a very unique circuit in F1 these days. What makes the Azerbaijan Grand Prix special is its rare blend of extreme speed on one of F1's longest straights and the tightest, most technical street sections anywhere on the calendar. The Baku city circuit forces drivers and engineers into a constant balancing act. Cars must be quick enough to reach over 350 km an hour, which is roughly 215 miles per hour, along the Caspian Sea shoreline, yet agile enough to survive the narrow turns that snake through the old city's medieval walls. Indeed, of course, there is literally a castle section, which is incredibly narrow by modern Formula 1 standards. This mix creates unpredictable racing where strategy and precision matter as much as outright pace. And the track setting adds another layer of interest as well. Few venues in Formula 1 contrast modern cityscapes with century-old architecture in such a direct way. That combination of design and history makes Baku stand apart as a race where both the engineering challenges and the cultural backdrop demand attention. Of course as well, Baku is known as the Windy City. It is a very awkward one to navigate when it is windy. Just ask Nico Rosberg about what a sudden gust of wind can do to your car control. Unlike traditional street circuits, Baku's city circuit stretches over 6 kilometers long, making it one of the longest tracks on the calendar. The route runs through central Baku, including the Neftchila Avenue along the Caspian Sea, before winding into historic areas as the Maiden Tower. The track includes 20 corners that vary from wide sweeping bends to sharp technical turns, and this variation forces teams to compromise between low drag speed for the straights and higher downforce for grip. Unlike Monaco and Singapore, Baku provides Baku provides more open sections, giving drivers space to push harder between the narrow segments. This combination of high-speed straights and city streets makes the setup choice especially demanding. And yeah, that long flat-out zone between the final braking zone and the first corner of the track is 2.2 kilometers long. Cars can go over 360 kilometers an hour here, which is 220 miles an hour, and I believe Valtteri Bottas broke the straight line speed record for a Formula 1 car here in 2016, I want to say, just before, of course, the cars got wider and got some more downforce. And of course, like I said, the castle section. I mean, it's ridiculous how tight this thing is. The narrowest part of this is just 7.6 meters wide, and overtaking here is absolutely impossible. The area requires maximum precision, just as Charles Leclerc. A slight misjudgment can result in contact with the barriers, which often leads to race-ending damage. The setting is also visually striking, with drivers threading their cars through medieval streets bordered by historic walls. While the speeds here are slower, the technical challenge makes it one of the most demanding parts of the lap. And yeah, the article goes into far more depth than I can in this 5-minute or so video for you guys. But yeah, for me, very much an underrated circuit. I think if you're talking about in purist terms, I don't think it's the best track. I don't think it's the best track by a long way, but it produces good racing. It produces very dramatic races. Maybe not for the right reasons, but, you know, that's debatable. What makes a good Formula 1 Grand Prix? It's very subjective. People love tactical battles, strategy. Other people like overtaking and crashes. It's just really what you want at the end of the day. But for me, I think there's a lot worse tracks on the calendar, and there's certainly a lot that produce far worse races than Baku. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below about Azerbaijan in Formula 1, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe as always, and have a fantastic day wherever you are in the world today. See you very soon.